What is up, everybody? Mariner Gaming here, and we're back for another World of Tanks Tech Tree Tank Showcase and Review. We finally finished the mediums last episode, so we're moving on to the heavies, and since this heavy follows down one of the medium lines, we're going to start with it, which is the Tier 9 T54E1, which is the auto loader. It comes right after the T69, which is the medium auto loader. Now, if you take a look at the hull, looks very similar to that patent, doesn't it? And then on top, yep, very similar to the T69 medium tank before it in the Tech Tree line. It's also very similar to a lot of the French tanks, in my opinion, like the Somois. It's got that same stuff. And actually the WoT tanks are pretty close too. But anyway, as you can see, nice kind of squat profile, a very boat hull kind of shape, so you can ricochet some shells. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual armor profile. So you can see down here, down this side, you've got spots to ricochet. Unfortunately, for a lot of tanks, they will be able to go through your upper and lower plates because you don't have that effective an armor. Because this one has 248, which is pretty average, at least for gold rounds. In a lot of tanks, even the lights and the mediums will probably have that much at this tier and higher. So you definitely have to watch that. You do have some ricochet angles off the top, but yeah, big old ugly cupola. That's what they're going to be shooting at most of the time. For the people that are just, generally good players, but most of the higher level players will know what they're doing and know they can go straight through the front. But that being said, you have good gun depression. Not the best, but you do have quite a bit of 8 degrees across the front. The sides, not so much because it does lift up over the tracks to only 6, and then over the back there's a couple of spots where it's not all that great. But yeah, you definitely have to use your gun depression with this thing to make it the most effective, because it does create a ricochet angle here across the upper plate. But they're going to go through these cheeks, so you know how it goes. Let's go ahead and switch over to the comparison. So today we're going to be comparing it to the other autoloaders at Tier 9, and then the standard American tank, just kind of give you a comparison of what the normal American heavy tank would be. So we got the Progetto 66 from the Italian line, the ML2 from the Swedish line, which is my personal favorite right now, and then the AMX 50 120, which, if you look at it, very similar turret design. And then the M103, the standard American heavy tank. Alright, so damage per minute. It's actually pretty good. Not the highest, but right in the middle. So it does pretty well keeping up with the other ones. The penetration is kind of lackluster compared to other tier 9s at this level at only 248, but you can definitely bully those mediums, those TDs, those lights without a problem. I mean, there'll be a few, like, the Object 430 that you might have problems going through. But other than that, as long as you stay hull down, you should be able to trade fairly well. You just have to be very accurate with your shots. Then we get down to damage. 390, pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. I do have to mention there is 2 different guns for this tank. But definitely going with the 105 for the tier 9. So you got a clip size of 4, which is better than the Progetto and Immel. And you can also get that damage out quicker because you have a faster interclip reload. That 2.22 seconds is about the same speed as a lot of those auto-loading TDs and whatnot. So definitely use that to your advantage. You can definitely clip someone out as long as you can hit your shots. Because 1500 damage, that will take down a lot of tanks if they make a mistake. Because, like, if we go down here and look, if I can find the health, yeah, look at this, 1800, 1700. So if someone shot them once and, tracked them and did damage to them, you can clip out several of the heavy tanks even. So you definitely have to make use of your clip, but also don't overextend yourself because you don't have armor. So kind of one of those trade-offs. Shell velocity, it's okay. It's not great. It's pretty average for a lot of these, but those TDs and whatnot tend to have a lot faster shells. So you do have to watch out for that. Ammo capacity. Yeah. I always felt like the autoloaders didn't have enough ammo. because you can. I like having a good mix of ammo with autoloaders, so we can kind of switch between once you have intuition, that is. But you can still carry a few HE and then quite a complement of gold rounds. But yeah, and speaking of gold rounds, the gold rounds on this thing are APCR. I forgot this one doesn't have HE. Never mind, forget that. So yeah, but the 310 penetration should allow you to compete with the tier 10 heavies. So you will definitely want to take a good amount of those. Then we get down to aim time. Yeah, it's kind of slow. That's one of the downsides of this thing, along with the dispersion, is keeping those shells on target. So you don't really want to be on the front line. You want to have someone kind of as a shield, but you can definitely, as long as you're close enough, you should be able to land those shots. You do have an okay gun depression at 8. A lot of the other American tanks tend to have at least 10, if not more. So that is one thing. And then gun elevation only 13. You're going to have problems trying to shoot up at targets with only 13 degrees of gun elevation. Then we move on down to mobility. Yeah, it's an American heavy tank. It's slow. Yeah, mainly due to the weight. It's pretty heavy for a heavy tank. It's not the lightest heavy tank, but yeah, definitely has problems getting up and down some of that terrain from what I've seen of other people playing it. And then armor. Yeah, like I said already, what armor? This is medium tank levels of armor. In fact, there's a lot of medium tanks at even tier 8 that have more armor than this thing does. Being that style turret, yeah, you don't have a turret. No. Progetto, M103, those are real heavy tanks. Actually, this really isn't even a real heavy tank. But yeah, you're not going to be bouncing shots like the ML2 off your turret, like a lot of, like will happen a lot when playing that. Alright, and then we get down to, yeah, camo, doesn't matter. You're a heavy tank. You don't have camo. Range, or view range, 400. Pretty good. I think with, if we throw on situational awareness or something else, we should be able to outspot just about everything at our tier for heavy tanks. So if you last into the end game, you might have a chance at spotting some of the other stuff, but those TDs, yeah, you're not going to spot those. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the gameplay portion of the video. So right now we've got Major Right in the SAVGS clan. It's T54E1. This lovely orange and black pattern. We are sitting on, yeah, I can't remember the name. Siegfried line. That's right. So on the other team, he's going to be facing the E75, the AMX50, the Basante, that's another auto loader, and a Defender and a Low. Wow, there's a lot of heavy tanks in this match. Let's see how this goes. Now, I have not watched this before. I do know that he does quite a bit of damage, though, so we'll see how he plays this. Just realized this is an encounter, not a standard game. I tried to filter based on that, but apparently I missed that. Or, it's an assault, not an encounter. So this is definitely going to be interesting. I don't normally review these. Alright, see? That's what I'm talking about. He's already spotted. No camo. But that's a light tank doing light tank things. So yeah, this will definitely be interesting because I don't really play encounters. Or not encounters. Assaults. I don't really play those, so I don't know the line to go down. Oh, punish that light. That's right. I could never hit those things. Looks like their EBR is trying to deal with that. Man, there are a lot of heavy tanks today on this map. EBR is being very cautious, trying to spot stuff and not get shot. Right, so he's going to go ahead and move up. No, actually, I guess I should let him control the camera so we can see what he is looking at. Oh, he's good at hitting those light tanks. Oh, there's again. Look at that. G-Sword already feeling the pain. See, that's the problem with going up there. There's going to be TDs over there. Actually, that may have been the medium. Hit that lower plate. Yeah, look at that. It's horrible. You know me, I like under 2 seconds aim time, if possible. Goes back down below the hill. Trying to use that gun depression. And see, they're very, all of them are very cautious about trying to move up. There's a T59, the previous tank in the tech tree line. Problem is, without them, with their light not being able to spot anything, they've got to be very cautious. The T69 is moving up to spot. Instead, oh, they found the Basante. And making use of that zoom out function. I'll try to move up here and smack the Basante a couple times. Except he's behind the robopile. Another robopile there. Trying to figure out where everybody's at so he can. Oh, he's going smack. Smack! Hit him again. Yes, that's what you gotta do. You gotta track him. And punish him. Boom! Dead. See, that's what I'm talking about for this tank. You've got to punish those people that, you know, leave themselves too exposed. Technically, the 122 wasn't that exposed. It didn't zoom up into this position. But he definitely has to make sure to use that clip and clip them down. Use his last shell on that guy. Now, it's going to take a while. I forgot to mention the reload for the clip on this is like 36 seconds. Ooh, yep, see that? Super Pershing's got him in his sight, so reach around here. Yeah, see, this is a really good spot. He should be shielded from the field. And once he reloads, he should be able to punish this AT-15 in the side. Yep. If that track will. Hit it again. And one more time, and that guy is dead. Put the there. Alright, that last shell there. And actually, he even bounced a shell. I'm surprised. Granted, the Defender isn't the most gun-oriented tank. It is more based on its armor levels. Sit here and reload for a little bit. Oh, here comes the Basante. He's reloaded. Trying to angle his armor. The Basante can't. He looks to see if the Basante has looking at him, but of course it's changed. 1, 2, one more time. Boom! Gets the Basante down. Instead, you gotta use that clip. He's trying to be a little bit cautious there, but at the same time, he knew if he got rid of that, it would allow his other tanks to move up more. Because the Basante was pinning down the rest of his team on that hill. Oh, and now they just spotted the, what is that? T54. Alright, so once he reloads, the question is, see that guy, oh, yep, he just fired. Let's see if he can get over there and punish him. 1, 2, the guy should have reloaded by now. 3, but he can't get a shot on his lower plate. 4, dead. Look at that again. I mean, this guy definitely knows what he's doing. You've got to make use, yeah, like you said it, you got 6.3. Okay. Going for an ace tanker. You gotta look at that. Already 4 kills, leading the team in kills, probably leading the team in damage, I would suspect. Just because, you know, he has that. He's playing very smart. He's tracking stuff. He's moving. With that shell. I'm not surprised. That was a very difficult shot to hit. But if that tank comes back out, he should be able to finish him off. Got 2 rounds left. Yeah, a lot of what this tank is going to be, kind of similar to stuff like the G-Sword and whatnot, is ammo management, or clip management, I should say, is knowing when to reload. At this point, he probably could have reloaded all his shells. Is there a spot he can hit? Oh, nice! He's barely snuck that shell in. Got 1 more round. Let's see if he can finish off this defender. Boom. See, he ate a shell there, but he knew that he could finish off the defender. 4K. 6 kills. Wow. Definitely has a good idea of what he's doing here. But, I mean, they're ahead by 5 tanks, so taking on that defender, he's trying to chase that ace tanker. So that's understandable. I wouldn't have necessarily done that. I would have waited for him to fire. That's what I'm trying to learn to do is I'm trying to learn all the tanks at the higher tiers so that I know, how many rounds they have and whatnot, how quick they reload, so I know when I can pop up and finish somebody off. Oh, boom! There's another one. Oh, only one tank left. He's got 7 kills. 7,400 damage. 600 spotting. Is he gonna get another kill, or nah? I figure that object will probably finish off whatever's over there. Oh, it's a leopard. That's gonna be interesting, but the object should be able to finish off the leopard without much of a problem. Although it looks like they are all moving in. The T103 is gonna hit him too. Come on, get over the tip, get over the hill, and boom! Oh, nice! 8 kills. Alright. So, let's go ahead and move back to the stats page and see how he did overall. Alright. So, final tally. 8,113 damage, 8 kills. So he killed half the enemy team. So definitely was, picking his shots well. Yeah, that is crazy how much damage he did. Oh, he did get that ace tanker, so that's definitely good to watch or good to see. So you got a Hand of God, a Bruiser, because yeah, he was definitely tracking a lot of people, so you will definitely get that if you are tracking people. That's the one thing I need to learn to do a little bit faster is track people first and then punish them, especially with autoloaders. Then you got, of course, a Duelist because he took damage and dealt damage out. A Radley Walters for destroying 8 or more enemies. And then the High Caliber and the Top Gun. So he had the highest damage and hit or destroyed more enemy vehicles than any other player on his team. So yeah, that's how you use this tank. So definitely check this out again if you want to kind of watch the gameplay and kind of learn from him, because I'm going to be watching this over a couple more times, trying to learn how to play like him. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. This is American Gaming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow if you, yeah. What was I trying to say? My brain just lost it. You know how that goes. Anyway, if there's a specific thing you want to see before I get to it, even in other nationalities or tank lines, just let me know in the most current video, which right now is this one. And I will go ahead and throw that one up if you would like to see it. And yeah, I'll see you in the back.